So I got this little encouragement while I was sleeping. Well, not while I was sleeping. I guess I was kind of rolling over and trying to sleep at some point, and then got this thought about this verse in Hebrews chapter 10, verse 25. And so I wanted to read a little of it, including the passage that's before it, because this passage has a wonderful context. And so it's talking about how Christ is our high priest. And it says that we can go straight into his presence, that we don't have to be standoffish about who God is and his holiness, because Jesus has made all that God has available to us, and through him, with a humble heart, of course, that through him we can access that. And so it says, with true hearts, truly, fully trusting him. This is starting at verse 22. For our evil consciences have been sprinkled with Christ's blood to make us clean, and our bodies have been washed with pure water. Now, Jesus died in a body, a human body, but he also, in his spirit, carried that, well, in his body, but it was a restored body. His spirit and body went to heaven and presented that offering of his death to God the Father. And so that blood doesn't look or doesn't emote what our blood emotes and looks like to us. It's not a graphic, vile, messy thing. What it is it's a holy, perfect, pure, glistening like stars kind of righteousness that's laid over the top of our sin. And so all of the wickedness that we are guilty of, he sprinkles his righteousness over it, and it makes it clean. It washes it away. So anyway, in that same passage, he goes on, without wavering, let us hold tightly to the hope we say we have, for God can be trusted to keep his promise. Think of ways to encourage one another to outbursts of love and good deeds. This is in the New Living from the 1996 version. And let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but encourage and warn each other, especially now that the day of his coming back again is drawing near. Now, that doesn't mean that because people are sick and because our government has told us that in order to stay safe and healthy, we need to put some space between us and other people, that we're doing anything wrong by not assembling in the body. But it does mean that we do not need to forsake our sense of community with other Christians, that we need to pray together, maybe even do little chat lines with each other and pray. And of course, watch your church services online and have small groups in our homes. You know, like we can't go over 10 people, and nobody sick should be getting everybody else sick trying to come together in these settings. We need to be considerate, and we need to be careful and compassionate and thinking of other people when we're doing this. But I'm just saying that there is a scripture here that talks about all the goodness of God, and then it goes on for us to encourage one another, inspire each other to do all that we possibly can to help people know how good God is and how much he loves us. And this break for some people is just devastating. It's just devastating that, like, they've lost their jobs, or they could lose their jobs. They have to be at work in order to have money. I mean, this is a terrible, terrible time for some people. And then for others, it's because of the fear of the sickness. And for others, it is the sickness. And for others, it's the loved one that may be sick or is going to be sick. But whatever the crisis might be, for some of us, this is just a respite. And we're getting to be at home and reflect. And if you are one of those people that this is not hitting you hard, reach out to the people that you know, that you love, and that know you, and you know them, and you have a relationship, and encourage each other. Have a wonderful evening, and God's blessings and grace be on you.